we're in Bali right now. We've been here for the past month just working and living life, going to random islands on the weekend, chilling on the beach, drinking cocktails, but also getting some work done during the week, going to the gym and just living a good rounded life. So we thought we'd just have a conversation about life, what's got us to this point, and questions that we get asked and that Isabel gets asked quite a lot recently.
Yeah, let's get into it.
So a few years ago, you got accepted into medicine. What made you turn that down if it was your lifelong goal?
Oh, that's kind of a loaded question. I feel like it wasn't just like a quick shift that made me like decide, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. I feel like in my third year, I just kind of started playing around with the idea of like, I don't know, something I literally felt it in my heart. I know it sounds crazy, but I got this feeling in my heart, like in this area here, every time I thought about it going forward, and something was just like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. And I wasn't sure. I was like, maybe I'm just having doubts. Like everyone has doubts when they try and do something new, something scary. Because it's like, this is scary. I'm gonna go and learn how to fix people. Like that's scary. I was like, maybe I just need to put my head down, focus and push through. But it was really persistent. And I was just like, it just felt wrong almost to do that. So that was kind of like a big red flag for me. I was like, maybe I should listen to my heart, listen to what it's saying to me. Like my
Your
body is
intuition.
literally.
Your intuition is built up of your past experiences. It's not just random feelings, like it's based on your life experiences. So if you're thinking about a decision and something just doesn't feel right, usually it's not just nothing. Like you gotta
You really, yeah, you have to
listen to
consider
yourself
that.
and look
Yeah.
into it.
So I feel like that was that. It wasn't like thoughts in my head saying no, no, no. Like it was literally just like a visceral body feeling that I was getting. So I was like, I can't ignore this. And then everything just kind of started falling into place. And I almost knew that year, I was like, I'm gonna get in this year and it's gonna mess me up. It's not gonna be like oh yeah, I got in, I'm gonna go do it. I could feel it. I could just kind of see how everything was gonna work out, and I was like, oh no. But then I started a little online business, and it worked. It worked. It was a profitable online business, and I started this in third year, and I was like, damn. Imagine, literally, I was like, imagine I put in as much effort into this online business as I did into my studies, because I grinded at my studies. I was like, I could probably slay this so hard. So that's what I did. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take the risk, I'm gonna take the chance and say no to studies, my lifelong dream that I'd worked so hard for. And it was scary. It was really, really scary, but ultimately I fully believed in myself. Like I fully believed I would get into medicine. I fully believed that I would make it work. And so I did. I made it work. And that is ultimately why I decided not to go and study further. I just didn't think it was right for me anymore.
And I remember when you made that decision, you did say it kind of felt like a weight lifted off your shoulders.
It felt like a very heavy thing that I was carrying, and that I think if I carried on studying, I would have been a completely different person.
Yeah, that
Right
weight
now.
wouldn't be gone. It'd still be there. You'd still be
Yeah.
thinking, what if I didn't do it? What if I had? What if?
I wouldn't have been able to travel as much as I have. I feel like my life experiences would have been very different up until this point.
Cool, next question. What's your favorite part about selling on Etsy then?
My favorite part, it's not the money. I would say it's probably the time freedom that I get with selling on Etsy, because I'm not trading my time for money anymore. I've like set it up and I know it works, so I just implement my systems, and once it's set up, it's running. It's running. Like I can decide not to work for 2 weeks and it carries on running for me. Like I can take time off to go and do something, to travel, go see a friend. And also, like at the moment, I'm a bit sick. Don't know if you can hear. And I could just decide not to work. I didn't have to ask anyone for time off. I didn't have to go to the doctor, get a sick note, lie in bed, feel guilty about not working, think about all the work that I'm missing, that I need to catch up on when I get back. I could just take time off. So I really, really am grateful for my time and my freedom that I have. And also, another upside that I actually didn't realize I was going to get when I started doing this is that I've learned so many new skills. It's not just a one and done avenue on Etsy. It's not just, oh, you're selling on Etsy, that's all you do. Like I feel like I've learned so many new skills. I've learned marketing, buyer psychology. I've learned how to create things that sell, that people want to buy, how to convert people, SEO, customer language, X, Y, and Z. I could go on forever. And these skills are skills that I can apply now anywhere. I can take it to other businesses. I can help other businesses grow. I can help other businesses improve. It feels very exciting because I feel like there's so much more ahead of me now as well. And the best part is my Etsy stores are still up and running. They're still running in the background, making me money. But I have the opportunity now to grow and build other things as well, which I think is very exciting.
Yeah, 100%. And like, obviously, big topic right now is AI and AI taking hundreds of thousands of jobs, people getting laid off. These are the skills that really going to withstand AI. Understanding what people buy, which sounds like a simple thing, but once you see a sale come through, or you set up a couple listings and then the one that you didn't expect is now your top seller, you have no idea what people actually buy and what the biggest markets are until you've actually like dove into the space and seen it for yourself. It really is an eye-opener. But those are the skills that are really going to withstand AI. It's if you know how to sell stuff, if you know the type of stuff people buy, AI can't really replace that. You're not building up just like simple knowledge skills which AI can just be trained on, you know? These are like proper skills that also you can use to help other businesses make more money, which is always going to be a valuable skill. So obviously it sounds really good, you know, time freedom, location freedom, but I'm sure it wasn't all just sunshine and rainbows. What are the biggest challenges, or were the biggest challenges that you faced?
Well, firstly, one of the biggest challenges I found was there wasn't many resources out there when I started out, especially on the business model I do on Etsy. It felt like a very big gap. And to this day, there still isn't much information out there about selling on Etsy. There's a lot of like older ladies talking about it, but they're not, it's their side hustle, it's their business for their handmade pottery or whatnot. They're not trying to like build an empire from it, you know? So I felt like that was quite hard because I almost didn't have anywhere to turn to. And also being a South African, there's a few loopholes that we need to go through to set things like this up. So figuring things like that out took some time, because obviously I took this big risk. I went from the daughter who was studying medicine to the daughter who was essentially like unemployed. So I felt like I had a lot of pressure riding on me to get this right. So when things maybe like I hit a wall and I had some things to figure out, it was quite stressful. I was like, I need to figure this out right now. I need to get going. I need to make the money. I need to almost prove myself. So I feel like that was quite hard. And like on that topic, I was faced with a lot of doubt when I said I was going to do this, when I told people I'm not studying medicine, I'm going to try this online thing. You can imagine Tani Sari didn't agree with that. It was like, what? This online thing? Like I was faced with a lot of doubt. And that was quite hard because, of course, I had my own doubts. I didn't just, like, one day wake up and was, like, this fully self-confident slay girl who was, like, everything's going to work out. Like, in the beginning, it was quite scary. I really had to work on that, like, okay, no, this will work out. This will work out. So dealing with other people's external doubts and dealing with my internal doubts while solving problems, that was quite challenging. But I just knew it was worth it. I just knew at the end of the day it would be all worth it to push through and, like, figure it out, and it has been. It's been amazing.
Yeah, other people's opinions can be very dangerous. You need to be careful to filter out opinions of people that actually have zero knowledge on what it is you're talking about. Everybody that was probably doubting you and told you, oh, you know, maybe you should have done medicine, has no idea probably what even Etsy is, but they just had this like preconceived idea and felt like they had to share their opinion with you. And if you let those opinions penetrate your mind, it could be very damaging and you wouldn't be where you are today.
I remember, I think the biggest piece of advice that actually changed the way I thought about it was a piece of advice that you gave me in the beginning. You were like, don't take advice from people who aren't in a position
that you want to
be in. So don't take advice from people. Wait, say the line.
Don't take advice from people who aren't in a position that you want to be in.
Yes, there we go. And I was like, exactly, that actually makes so much logical sense. Like, why am I going to listen to you if you don't have the life that I want? So that really helped me.
So Etsy is doing well, and now you've created an ebook and a community to help other South African women get into Etsy and start doing the same thing as you. What made you want to start that in the first place?
So, like I mentioned in one of the previous questions, when I started out, I really felt like there wasn't enough resources out there, especially for me. Even just in general in the online space, whether it's e-com, Shopify e-com, anything in the online space, it feels very male dominated, and just the messaging didn't resonate with me. I never saw anyone who looked like me, who talked like me, who was a young girly hungry to try something new. I never saw anyone like me talk about this, so it felt very intimidating. Like that was also quite hard to deal with. I was like, maybe this isn't for me, maybe this isn't something I can do. Like I'm not a buff guy who goes to the gym and like grinds hard and does ice baths. Like, is ecom gonna work out for me, you know? So it felt very scary, and I felt almost a bit alone when I started this. And specifically for the business model that I'm doing, there really isn't enough information out there. This really came with a lot of trial and error and like taking information from all over the place and putting it together. So I just wanted to create a space for women to learn this skill. One space where all the information is, to give you every single step, but then also to give you just a sense of community, to surround you with other women doing the same thing, because it felt very lonely. I had no way to turn to, I had no one to talk to when I had a question or I know one to share my successes with, my wins with, and I feel like that's quite important in this space, because it's not like another job or like school where you get a raise, you get a promotion, you get a good grade, you have other people saying, oh, well done, there isn't anything really on paper that I can show like, oh, look, So yeah, I just wanted to create a space essentially for me that I wish I had when I started out.
It also goes back to that opinions of other people thing, right? Cliche quote, but it's so true. All the cliches are true. You are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if you're hanging around people who tell you it's not possible, like, if you just have that energy around you, subconsciously you're going to believe that. But if you're in a community where you're seeing other people achieve that same thing that you want to be doing, or everybody else believes that it's possible, it's going to be 2 very different environments for you.
100%. And I really, even if I just inspired a girl to even just attempt to get in the online space, it doesn't even necessarily have to be Etsy, just to try something that they wouldn't have necessarily tried before, that's a win for me. Like, I just want to show women specifically, it's possible. You're allowed to have this. You're allowed to try something new.
So, do you have any piece of advice for women specifically who want to try something and start something for themselves?
I think just having an undoubtable belief in yourself is probably the best thing. Working on yourself, working in here, like working on your mindset is probably going to be the best thing you can do for yourself, because you spend most of your time in your own head, and you essentially at the end of the day are going to be your only cheerleader. So you need to just make sure that you believe in yourself and that you believe in what you're doing, and that you know that it will all work out. And if you do, it will all work out. Just remember that new things are scary. Trying something new is so scary, but you need to do it scared anyway, because you never know what's lying on the other side of that risk that you're taking. It might all just work out so beautifully for you. You just never know. So take the risks, try something new, say yes, just be bold, live bold. You don't have to live small and do what everyone else is doing. If you do what everyone else is doing, you're just going to be like everyone else. If you want more, you're allowed to have more. You just have to take it for yourself. The world is huge. I think that's what traveling opened my mind, opened my eyes up to see, the world is so big. If you are used to staying in one place, it can feel very small, but there is so much out there for you. You just have to take it. I remember when I first started working on my mindset, those are for those people. They don't know. They don't know my circumstances. They don't know X, Y, and Z. But if you really work on yourself, work on your mindset, and you put in the work every single day to work towards a goal, it will all work out. Do you have any advice for the young woman?
I mean, not specifically for women, but just on the mindset thing. Your mind is obviously the thing that takes in all the information from the outside world, processes it, and then that's how you make decisions, and that's how you take action on things. And it's also how you see the world. Something can happen and there is no actual negative or positive. It's just how you interpret it. And that's going to change how you feel. That's going to change how you act. And also what type of creative output you can create. So really, working on your mindset is huge. It's essentially your operating system for how you're going to achieve things in life. It's like running an old version of Windows that, crashes every 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Crashes out every 30 minutes.
Crashes out every 30 minutes.
Or running a new one that can handle a lot, sees the best in every situation. I think that's actually a good analogy for having just a strong mindset.
I agree. I think that's probably also one of the best things that I've gained from this journey that I've been on, is really improving my mental space. It's been a really big positive. But that's it. And I just want to encourage all of you to just always slay. I know I use the word slay so much. I think I've kind of coined the term, but I just think it's such a powerful word, slay. Just if you know you're slaying every single day, you're doing everything to the best of your ability, and you are just slaying, then I think that's so beautiful. So slay the day away every single day.
Slay.
Thanks for watching, guys.